Hello and welcome. I have with me Major D.P. Singh, a legend, a Kargil War veteran and India's first blade runner, as they call him. Major Singh, you're an inspiration to the entire country. Thank you very much for joining us on Republic TV.
Thank you so much. Jai Hind to all of you.
Major Singh, I want to, your story is history, it's documented. What I want to know from you, it's exactly 26 years. 15th of July 1999 is when that moment happened, when you were hit by an enemy weapon, an enemy grenade, because of which mortar shell to be specific, because of which I want to take you back to that moment. What was, you were in fact declared dead. I want to take you back to that moment. What was, when did you come to realization? When did reality actually strike you?
See, I was on a post when this attack happened, and all I knew that it just hit me.
Okay.
And I shrieked on top of my voice. That's it. After that, unconscious. Okay. Then, once my soldiers evacuated me to the safe zone, battalion headquarters, there already the RMO, as we call it, he was the medical officer. He was ready with the ambulance to take me further to the nearest actual hospital, MH Aknoor. So, initially he gave me some first aid and all, and then he started talking to me, and that's what I remember, that he was asking me all sort of silly questions. Where do you live? What's your dad's name? What does he do? And all that crap. And I was just thinking that, oh my God, I am in such a big pain, and this gentleman is asking me what nonsense. I mean, I was getting irritated. It's only later I realized that he was actually doing his duty to keep me alive, unconscious. However, after few answers, I again went into a slumber, and then I came to know only after I was revived next morning that this has happened in between. In fact, not even then. It's only after that, about an year after that 15th of July date, when I went back again to the same hospital during my medical leave, that is when this story was told to me by other people and my course mates who came to see me when I was admitted in ICU there. Like my friend, he is now colonel, that time he was a captain, Prakash Krishnan. Very next day he came to visit me because he was posted just next to me. And I remember I was lying on a bed in ICU. He comes forward to me and he says, "Hi DP," and I smiles and replies back to him, "Hi Prakash." And it was a smile on my face. So we chatted for some time and then he went away. When I came back after 1 year, I met him again. He said, "Yeah, DP, तू तो बड़ा smile मार रहा था, मुझे लगा सब ठीक ठाक है." I came to know about your condition later that it was, terrible condition, and you were like initially declared dead. मैं कहा ये क्या हुआ था? मुझे भी नहीं पता. Then he told me and others told me that this is how the surgeon actually thought that, because of cardiac arrest and excessive blood loss, there is no life in this. And he almost told to take this body to the mortuary when the gentleman Colonel Rajinder Singh intervened and revived me. Okay. So that was a moment of realization that, oh, actually I had undergone so much, because from there, after 4 or 5 days, I was further evacuated to Udhampur. And these 4 or 5 days were also deliberately, I was kept there because they were trying their best to handle a extremely injured person like me. It is like we can do it type of a duty, na? Not that we take a call कि अपने बस का नहीं है, इसको further आगे भेज दो. So they were like, no, we will be able to do. That spoiled it further. So when they realized that now it is going out of hand, then they said, okay, now evacuate further. Because when I asked them, why didn't you evacuate me immediately, he said, you were not fit enough to evacuate. So I said, yeah, if I was not fit enough to evacuate, later on when gangrene occurred on my feet, then I became better or I became worse. But of course, that was a different thing. But then I was evacuated further to by chopper. I went to Udhampur, and there in Udhampur, I remember Colonel Ashok Kumar, later he retired as brigadier. He opened the bandages of my right foot. This much it was in bandages, knee below. So when he opened the bandages, I could myself see that there is no flesh. There is one bone here visible and some part of the flesh visible downside. Both the sides there was no flesh. It was totally open and shattered type of a leg. And there is one artery which is very critical artery that also had got damaged. Polypetile, something like that.
You did not have any sensation for that? You did not have
No. I mean sensation, I don't remember I had sensation and all, but because the blood circulation got stopped because of that breakage in that artery, before I was evacuated from MS Aknoor, they saw that the thumb is getting black. So gangrene has started. And that was the reason they sent me to Udhampur, because there is no cure to the gangrene, and that was of course was supposed to be handled by specialists.
Right.
So gangrene had started spreading, and there was no flesh here, and I could see, I myself could understood कि ये कटेगी और टांग घुटने से कटेगी, उससे नीचे का नहीं बचने वाला. But the doctor, Colonel Ashok Kumar, he was mustering courage to share this news with a youngster. I was just 24-year-old. So he was like going this side of the bed and that side. He was ensuring fully that actually there is nothing left but to amputate it. So he told me, his words were like, son, we need to amputate your leg. Okay. And I actually comfortably replied to him. I said, sir, please go ahead, whatever you know the best. Okay. And you won't believe, that is the moment when a thought struck me, immediately flash. And that thought was, now let me see how amputee, a disabled person lives. Okay. Perhaps I will be able to lead a life which will be inspirational, not just for me, for many others also. And I don't take credit of that thought.
Okay.
Sorry, I am getting emotional, because how is it possible a youngster of 24-year-old is getting such a powerful thought कि भैया अभी तो हम मतलब जिंदगी जी के दिखाएंगे. It is not even, I mean, I have not yet started living back after the injuries. But second thought, again, that was mine own, in which I promised to myself. I said, okay, let it be, katti hai kate, but I promised to myself that I will never compromise with the quality and standard of my life.
Okay.
I mean, I will live the way I want to live. Okay. And I believe this promise of mine actually kept me alive throughout till today. Because whether it is running, whether it is walking back again, whether it is doing anything, I mean, because I had promised that I will do whatever I feel like doing, enabled me all the time to do not just get restricted by anybody's statements, society's thought process, or even your own negative prompts that, oh, it is difficult or easy or whatever it comes to your mind. So that kept me going. And as the luck would have, after so many years, when I started running on artificial leg in 2009 was the first run, actually there onwards, the first thought which I say was a spiritual thought getting converted into reality.
Okay. Was there any moment, because sometimes we take everything for granted, whatever we have. Mm-hmm. Was there any moment, even a moment of depression, any negative moment that came to your mind?
Oh, many a times.
What happened?
I am not a superhero, man.
So how does that happen? What were those
In
thoughts?
fact, it comes to me even today at times I think like that. See, let me tell you one thing very clearly. I am a human being. We all are human beings. Unless you are saint or something supernatural, you will surely get all types of thoughts. Negative, positive emotions are naturally given things to us. Mm-hmm. It's not something which we went to the market and bought for ourselves. कि नहीं मैं तो positive ही खरीदूंगा, negative मेरे को मत देना. That's not possible.
Right.
So if somebody tells you I am highly positive all the time 24/7, then he's lying or he's not well.
Right.
He should see a psychiatrist. So me also, I was, the only point of solace was that it happened in a war and I belong to Sikh history, was that's the culture which I belong to. And the warrior race and the service and sacrifice of gurus, their families, which I had read all through my childhood, kept me always into a realization that everything is happening as per the raza of Almighty. जो कुछ हो रहा है, जो परमात्मा करा रहा है, वो सब अच्छा है.
Right.
तो जब गुरुओं ने, they did not shed even a single tear. Who am I to bloody cry over my? And before me, many soldiers sacrificed their life. Many soldiers got wounded.
Right.
So it will be cheating on my part if I feel bad about it.
Okay.
But yet, I am a human being. It does come to your mind, yaar. You know, when the amputation, the physical injuries did not bother me ever.
Okay.
Barring few moments, like for example, I remember when there was a floods in Chennai. So even some of my friends and course mates were also deployed there and they were, doing good work. That is when I felt, yaar, agar meri टांग होती तो मैं भी. So such moments actually does disturb me, that there are few things which really now I can't do.
Because of the physical limitation.
Because of the physical limitations. I mean, actually I was feeling bad कि यार अगर मैं कंटिन्यू फौज में होता और मैं इवैक्यूएशन के लिए गया होता तो I would have felt happy. But otherwise, like physical injuries never bothered me.
Okay.
No pain, actually any type of pain ever bothered me. I owe it to the culture I belong to.
Okay.
All the learnings throughout my childhood, which I learned out of the history of Sikhism, enabled me, and of course, as I mentioned, the training and the value system and culture of the organization, armed forces.
Right. Not much is known about what was going on in your personal life at that time. You were a 24-year-old man. What about family, marriage, the woman in your life? What were those things going on at that time?
Of course, I was single that time, and I belong to a very humble background. Mm-hmm. My father lost his job when I was a 2-year-old, and we have seen those days when we literally did not have money to even eat food. Mm-hmm. I remember the day I had submitted the report of that committee in which I was part of, Manohar Parrikar committee. I told my father, by then we had lost him because of a cardiac arrest. He became schizophrenic and we lost him because of a cardiac arrest. I went to my mom and told her that I could not help my dad ever in my life, because he had lost a job and I saw him always in dearth of money and just writing letters to various authorities to listen to him, his side of a story. But today I have submitted a report of the committee, because of which number of families and number of widows and soldiers and fathers and mothers will get helped.
Okay.
So that was a very big contentful achievement for me. But in 2000 I got married.
Okay.
After the injuries. Now the marriage did not last for long.
Okay.
We got divorced. I have a son,
Right, sir.
who is now 24-year-old,
Right, sir.
and he's staying with me since he was 2 years old. So marriage could not last because of no fault of anybody,
Right, sir.
but because we both of us had our own desires, and along with my desires, I had the challenges of physical. It is only later I realized that PTSD, what is PTSD? But I was undergoing all that stuff.
Yeah.
And more importantly, there was a tussle between the existing now DPSing and the DPSing which was there in the past. Because I was a commando trained and highly agile, highly active, and now the reality is that I can't even walk for few steps, go to the market and do grocery for myself, or to drive a scooter, because I was learning gradually.
Back in 2000, yes.
I was learning slowly. So that reality and that image of past DPSing always used to be in tussle. I wanted to do, but I could not do. So that used to bring the anger, that used to bring the irritation. Along with that, I used to be, my desires were that my partner will take care of me. And she had her own desires, of course, as a lady, as a young lady, will always have some. So that converted into a clash.
Right.
Though we are still good friends.
Right, sir.
Even after so many years, she is living in Canada, I can give her a call anytime.
Right, sir.
But because of those things, at that time, we decided to part away. She went to abroad, and because of some reasons, she could not take the son, and I of course was more interested that let me nurture him. So that gave me a different contentment that as a disabled 100% also, I could also bring, nurture a kid into a good man, a good human being.
Right, sir.
And I am proud of him. But when these tussles were going on, those emotional troubles used to give me kick.
Right.
That used to hit me.
Okay.
So sometimes I used to feel, what should I do? And I mean, there is a lot of topsy-turvy type of things which has happened. The only support system which I could generate myself was this spiritual connect.
Okay.
Because as I mentioned earlier also, in the childhood itself, I stayed with my grandparents throughout the childhood because of the financial crunch at my family. Second class onwards, I was with my grandparents. So they connected me to Gurdwara Sahib, and I used to, from very initial days only, I started learning about what is history and what is Sikhism and what is spiritual connect started. So that support of Gurbani, that support of accepting, that support of staying in Raza, slowly and slowly and slowly, helped me to take control of the emotional troubles, emotional setbacks.
Right.
I did go to psychiatric ward also 2-3 times.
Right.
Because of various reasons connected to this only, but then ultimately nobody could help me but myself.
Right.
That's why I say that it is, you have to go inwards and find the strength on your own, connecting directly to the Almighty.
Right.
Now I feel that in fact I was lucky that there was no such support system which generally you find in any family. That enabled me further to become much more stronger and understand my own, strength,
Right.
which otherwise perhaps could not have
Could
happened.
not have happened.
And secondly, I think my life is very beautifully scripted, because blade running, skydiving, flying and whatnot only happened because I was unsettled in my personal life.
You ended up relying on this for the positivity, the happiness, the ambition, the hope.
Exactly. So that is the reason I could do all these things. Otherwise, if you ask me, I was a person who was very, I'm still a person who is very happy within the four walls of my house. Recently, I got married again, 27th of April.
Right.
And I am actually lucky to get such partner.
Okay. Wonderful.
I mean, that also happened because when I was learning flying in US, I was down for a few days. I was there for 5 months to learn flying.
Okay.
And I was down and I was very sort of, depressed ki yaar, ab kya karenge yaar, matlab. And I then prayed to the Almighty. I said, Bhagwan, I understand ki you unsettled me so that I become blade runner, this, that, nonsense, जो भी करना है. अभी मैं दौड़ लिया, पहाड़ों में दौड़ लिया, skydiving कर ली, अब मैंने हवाई जहाज भी उड़ाना सीख लिया. अब क्या साला टेरेस्ट्रियल में लेके जाएगा क्या, एक्स्ट्रा टेरेस्ट्रियल कहाँ लेके जाएगा यार, अब तो सेटल कर दे. And you won't believe, within a week we connected, and here we are after 1.5 years we got married.
Beautiful.
And on the other hand, again it's a spiritual connect. She also could not marry for long because of her own personal issues. She was also praying during those days that let me अब तो settle कर दे भगवान.
So how
भगवान
did
ने
you
कुछ ऐसा connect किया कि
how did you meet?
I mean, at the same time, she and me had put up our profile on a website, and I happened to extend the interest. She replied. I realized that she already knew me because as a runner, she had ran some time ago. She stays in Gurgaon. तो वो फिर connect हो गया. अब now, if you see, I was unsettled because these all achievements were supposed to happen. And when all these achievements happened, then on my request, he agreed कि ठीक है भैया, चल तू settle हो जा अब. Now I am conveniently happy in my four walls. I don't want anything. I don't want.
The circle is complete. The circle is complete.
Circle is complete, absolutely.
Where from here, sir, now?
Sorry?
Where from here now? You've done it.
Here. Where from here? This question people do ask me many a times that what next?
Right.
So, you see, I don't think I could do whatever I did in my life.
Okay.
It was supposed to happen. The only thing which I did was choose the option of yes in the present moment instead of no. Like for example, you asked me, can we do the podcast? I could have told you no. But I said, okay, yes, chalo karte hain. Because you asked me and I chose yes, we are sitting here and there is a progress happening this side.
Right.
Had I chose no, you wouldn't have made this podcast. So similarly, in every moment of our life, we have these two options only. Choose yes or no. If you choose no, life will move that side. If you choose yes, life will move the other side. That's why they say that with your karma, you can change the destiny. तो बस यही मैंने किया है. अदरवाइज भगवान ने जो कुछ कराया है वो उसी ने करवाया है. तो अब आगे आने वाले टाइम में what is next for in his bucket list for myself, I don't know. I never thought that I will fly aircraft.
Okay.
But the opportunity came. Some Major Yogini, she is a veteran of armed forces, only Indian armed forces, now settled since long in US. She has her own flying school. She connected to the spokesperson, defense spokesperson. So Brigadier Aman Anand, now he was colonel that time, he knew me, he gave my number to her.
Okay.
She told me that she wanted to teach flying to some veteran, disabled veteran. तो अमन सर ने बोला यार देख योगिनी ये है डीपी सिंह, ये इसका नंबर है, ये उल्टे सीधे काम करता रहता है. If he is interested, you go and speak to him. And she called me and I said, okay ma'am, let's do it. I chose yes. When I chose yes, so I could learn flying. So now I don't know what next.
Okay.
Even I don't know.
Okay.
Anything will come to me, I will choose yes. And otherwise also, I believe that what is important is to do work in silence.
Right.
And then say, कर दिया. उससे पहले झंडे गाड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. सोल्जर की तरह.
Do you miss, do you probably think that I would have become a major general, I would have become a lieutenant general? Is the path that you probably couldn't take somewhere there?
No, I don't think I could have become major general.
Life has been a roller coaster ride on the other side despite the shortcomings.
See, last week I was in Udhampur. I went to Srinagar. I went to the hospital. I said, I met the registrar. I requested him if any amputee is here. Let me go and meet him perhaps. You know, thoda sa morale boosting ho jayega. He said, sir, luckily there is no amputee here. Then he asked me this question. Same thing. So why did army leave you? You could have done so wonders inside the army. I said, because I went out, that is why all this has happened. See, if I look at my life now holistically from the higher perspective, it is so beautifully scripted. I was already working in a nationalized bank and I was doing graduation alongside.
Right.
Allahabad Bank, Ludhiana. Then I cleared my CDS exam. People that time also told me ki don't go banking services and very comfortable and this and that. I said no, I want to go to army. Till last, I will keep trying. If it doesn't happen after that, that's my destiny. But I will not stop trying. And now if you look at it, I went to the army for what? Just to get injured.
Yeah.
Within the first 1.5 years, the war happened and I got injured. Now, why it was very important in my life to get injured? Because had I not got injured, I wouldn't have been a blade runner or a skydiver or a flyer disciple. So that is why, if you ask me, if you go on my Twitter handle and it's mentioned there, the most beautiful thing happened in my life is the injury. That changed everything.
Yeah.
So this script is so beautifully written by the Almighty. I don't have any grudges or unhappiness or issues कि भैया ये क्यों और वो क्यों हुआ. Momentarily होते हैं, मगर फिर then you need to remember and realize you need to make you understand कि everything is going as per the superpower script. So just keep flowing, keep flowing, keep flowing. Finally, everything will be fine. Everything is actually fine. बताओ क्या गलत है?
Very true. Beautiful, sir. I think I consider myself lucky that I could get the lesser talked about side of you and get a private conversation with you on this. So wonderful. It was really, really lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much.
And we will keep following your journey because it inspires us.
God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us.
God bless you. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir.